So, hey y'all, I am coming live in the kitchen. I'm preparing dinner for the kids before they get home from school. And I said, you know what, Tan? Go live and go live with the message. The message. Okay, so let's get going. I'm gonna drink a little water first. And y'all, I'm cooking. I was supposed to do shrimp and chicken Alfredo for the kids. They requested it, but come and I'm looking at the wrong camera, y'all. We got more than one camera. I'm going to be going live a lot more. So I'm cooking for the kids. They wanted chicken shrimp Alfredo, but the order that I placed for groceries, I had chicken breast and chicken legs. I took the chicken legs out and not the chicken breast. So I'm going to think on the fly, and Mama's going to make the next best thing. So we're going to go with baked chicken. And really, I just wanted to talk to about happiness. Y'all, let me drink some water. And thank y'all for whoever's on the live with me right now. It was on my heart to just like, Tan, come on and share the message. So I have my chicken legs here. I'm gonna go ahead and season it. But I want to talk about, I want y'all to see be able to see. One second, y'all. I want y'all to be able to see. Let's get y'all a better view because you got to be able to see the chicken. Come on. So I may have to. Can y'all see good? Let me know in the comments. Can y'all see okay? And no, I don't cook every day. No, I don't cook every single day. I don't, but I kind of do my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like high points. And what I mean by that is like coming from the weekend, I want to make sure the kids are having a fresh home cooked meal. So I really make it a big deal to cook on Mondays, Wednesday, Friday, and then the weekend too. I be like, I'm off on the weekend if I cook on Friday because there's normally leftovers. But I love to cook too, but I don't want it. It's depending on what kind of food you're cooking, it can be multiple steps involved. So it can be tiring. Like seriously. Let me see. How's the volume, y'all? Can y'all hear me good? Let me know in the comments. Your hubby do the most of the cooking. I'm telling you, a man that can move around the kitchen, it really helps a lot too. Because you're not feeling like every time that you have to cook, the survival is all on you. So that's a beautiful thing. But honestly, I grew up in a house where my grandmother, she didn't really order. She wasn't, I mean, there was no Uber Eats and things that made it super convenient to eat fast food. So I didn't grow up in a house where we ate a lot of even processed foods, quick meals, pizzas, TV dinners, things like that. I would only really get exposed to food like that if I went to visit maybe family members or friends. So, home cooked meal was kind of the norm for my house. And y'all, so I'm deciding to do like a barbecue chicken. Like I said, I'm thinking I'm gonna go with white steamed rice and gravy and broccoli. So make the kids get some vegetables in. But they love string beans, but I feel like I cook it so much because they like it. I be wanting to, just have them open their palate a little bit. But y'all, I want to talk about happiness and like protecting your energy as a woman, as a woman and as a mother. And I'll say especially as a mother because your energy now has a major impact on someone else. And that's your children, that's your significant other, things like that. So your energy is really important, your happiness. And when you're happy, your kids can feel it. And I'm sure moms, y'all know what I'm talking about. That ear to ear, smile, the light that kind of beams from their being when they are happy because mom's happy. So imagine having that type of influence and not protecting the energy. You know what I'm saying? That does the influencing. So it matters. Your happiness, your peace of mind, your aura matters. And that's something that I always think about each day. And it's not that I just wake up in the morning like, oh, my aura matter. I'm being intentional about having a routine that pours into my mental, physical, and just well-being overall to make sure that I'm already setting the right tone for my children before I even approach them in the morning to get them up for their day. 1 second, I'm gonna go grab some black pepper, y'all. Really quick, but I'm still close by. Okay, y'all. So it's just really important to take care of you first. So when I do any of my vlogs, my morning routines, I'm telling moms that you got to put you first. Putting you first is not selfish, and that's what people are mistakenly doing. They're portraying self-care and putting you first as selfishness. How is that selfish if I want to be the best version of myself? So the energy and the aura that I have that I'm carrying with me, that, when you're walking through a room, people can feel that. I'm sure y'all can relate to seeing someone or coming into their aura and be like, "Ooh, they don't seem like a very approachable person or a happy person." You can feel it. So pouring into the things that make you, that makes you happy, is not selfish, is absolutely necessary as a woman. And like I said, I'm gonna say, especially as a mother, because you have children that are literally attached to you as their lifeline, right? We're if we don't cook, they may not eat, right? If we don't pay the bills, they're not gonna have a house. If we don't get them up for school, they're not gonna go to school. So those children are depending on you to be the best version of yourself, to be able to prioritize. I missed a feather, and I cannot do feather on chicken at all. So I got it. But it matters. It absolutely matters. And anyone that is telling you to somehow neglect, pouring into yourself or voicing your needs to be the best version of yourself, you have to question their motives. And I can say that I've always, thank God, the power to be able to discern good from bad, right? Good from evil, right from wrong. What suits you and what doesn't. And I can't say that it's an overnight thing. It's something that you continue to pray about and ask, to be able to be strengthened in that area, right? So we don't have too many, mistakes, if you want to say that, along the way. You'd be like, "Oh, that was my friend for that season," but I look back at that and say, that didn't serve me. That job didn't serve me. That person didn't serve me. So, and yes, y'all, when I bake chicken, you may think it's heavy. I'm from Atlanta, so my food will be seasoned. There's no high blood pressure over here, but you got to season that chicken. But, just back to it, though, you matter. You got to put you first. You got to be the best version of yourself, because your kids are feeding off of that energy. You are their lifeline. So are they attached to a healthy mom? Are you a healthy woman? And what do I mean by that? I'm not just saying physical health, mental health, spiritual health. Are you able to evaluate your needs and really to have real conversations with yourself? Because I can say that I'm definitely a person that has always been able to say, "You know what, Tan, this doesn't work for you. Tan, you can do better." And it's like really pushing yourself too. I've always been a pusher. I've never been complacent with, even nursing. So I'm a registered nurse by degree. And I remember being in high school and saying, "Tan, what do you want to be?" And I'm like, "You know what? I want to be able to help people." So I said, I want to be a nurse. And that was my goal. And that's what I did. And I'm just a very determined, mentally determined woman. Whatever life obstacles, and I don't even want to say throw my way, because I think a lot of life decisions, at some point we're going to have to be accountable. It was our decision, and I say that you really have to, what I say, boss up. Boss up means that this is the challenge at hand, and this is the hand that I'm dealt. I need to play the game. So I'm all about keeping your head in the game of life. And then really, and I'll relate it just really back to motherhood, because that's what I'm talking about in my journey. It really sharpened my focus. It made me go that much harder. So when people said, "Oh, Tam, because you're a mother now, this is not going to happen." And I'm like, no, why wouldn't it happen? Because I'm a mother now. Actually, it's definitely going to happen because it got to happen. And that's the kind of person I am. So the chicken, I'm going to go ahead and cut up some onions and really quick. And then I didn't expect to do baked chicken just yet. So I don't even think I have green bell peppers, y'all. So give me just a second. Let me go look in the refrigerator. And yes, y'all, this is my first cooking live, but we're going to do it, and we're going to do it together. So hold on, y'all. Let me see really quick. Happiness. And this is mom knowing how to move the plan B if you have to. And I'm gonna grab me some grapes while I'm at it. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Here we go. So I went ahead and did onions. I don't have bell peppers, and this is mom's. We improvise. I know y'all know, like I know, like we know. And onions, come on. I really have onions even than bell peppers. So y'all know if you know, you know. I'm gonna make that gravy afterwards, and the kids, trust me, they gonna love it. These grapes are so sweet. So your happiness matters. The relationships you have matter. Your environment matters, right? Your diet matters. Everything has some type of cause and effect. Some things are not instant, and that's the, I'm driving with no seatbelt and I love the speed. Let the refrigerator open. Hold on, y'all. And my little pup loves, hey, Tata. He loves fruit. If you're driving with no seatbelt and you say, I haven't got a ticket yet, everything's going fine. It's until you get a ticket that you say, okay, oh my gosh, I need to make sure I'm buckling up, right? We should buckle up anyway, but I'm just giving an example that sometimes, the effect doesn't happen until way after, the cause and effect. So you don't see it coming. So that's the importance of being able to say, you know what? Do I want to find out? Remember that little term that's going around? You want to and find out? No, we don't want to find out the hard way. You always want to be making decisions to make sure that we are avoiding things that we can avoid, especially if they could possibly have a negative impact, right? And you relate it to your mental health, right? This is a trigger for me. This is stressing me. Does this serve me? And I always say the answer to a lot of things in life as it relates to womanhood and motherhood is like, does this serve me? Does this in any way give in a positive way, something that I'm needing, something that I'm wanting? So that's the answer. Really, the answers are within us and not really or so much outside of us. And I think that's where we as women, we have to learn. We like, okay, the answer, why is this? Let me search for the answer. And we're searching outside instead of inside. Is this what I want? Does this go along with what I want for my children? Does this career fit, the mom that I need to be? And I can't even just say want to be, because sometimes we don't always get what we want, but we definitely want to get what we need. So I have always been like, you know what? The job has to suit me as a mother first. Like I love the adrenaline of nursing. I've been in labor and delivery. I started in labor and delivery. And from there, I went into operating room in plastics and just women's health. So, y'all, I'm a wealth of knowledge. And trust me, if you are along this journey with me, a part of my YouTube community or any platform, we're going there. Like, I'm really here to share a lot because we can do it. That's the message. We're going to boss up and we're going to do what needs to be done because we can. And they need us. So does this serve me in a way that I needed to, not wanted to, but needed to? So for me, if I know that night shift, I went, they always do new grads. A lot of times in nursing, they start you on night shift. And I'm like, okay, I'm just happy to be in labor and delivery. This is a specialty that's kind of difficult to get into. So I'm like, okay, I'll do the nights, right? I'll train and I'll go to night shift and you sign a year-long contract. But mind you, I have two little babies, so I was like, I had to learn the hard way. I just didn't have the support to support a night shift. Not that night shift is wrong. I'm saying always evaluate your situation for your life, not someone else's. And this is why I always say I don't listen to opinions outside of my own as it relates to my day-to-day life. Especially if it's not in a way that they can help and it's a guaranteed help. And let me tell you too, help is not guaranteed. So I'm saying that I listen to my voice first and my needs, and I trust my needs and my voice. And that's something that I've learned to continue to perfect over the years, just through living and learning. Let me catch up on some of the comments, y'all. Cook sometimes, daughter's happy. Yeah, I love it. So I'll probably come back to the comments and stuff in a minute. But thank y'all for everyone that's on, and make sure y'all, if it's 8 people on, at least give me 8 thumbs up if you really feel the message and y'all want me to keep going with it. But I'm going there because we need to hear it. We really do. We're capable. And I always talk about your children, it's their childhood, it's their memories. And we have such a direct effect on those memories. Like, that is an amazing ability. Like, remember I be saying mom magic? That is mom magic, to be able to influence, intentionally influence your children's memories. Like my notes that I put in their snack boxes, I'm intentionally trying to influence their childhood memories. Remember, I say you want them to remember it, but for the right reason. Because a lot of times, you remember traumatic events, and you remember events that were so joyous that you like, I never want to forget this day. I don't want to forget this feeling. You may forget some of the details, but you'll never forget the level of joy that situation or encounter brought you. And I want to intentionally, continuously create those type of moments for my children. And how am I able to kind of stay focused with that, goal in mind, is making sure that I'm protecting my energy, my mindset, taking care of my emotional health, checking my energy before I even start their day, approaching them, starting with me first. So it's important. And I always say, you think of the word happy as, almost a childlike word or term. But if you really look at the importance of that word, it is a true driving force. When you happy about something, when you're like, oh, I'm happy to go to the concert. I'm going to go do this. I'm preparing for it. You know what? Actually, if it's a month away and you say, you know what, this is the favorite dress that I want to wear, you may say, you know what, I'm going to change what I'm eating. I'm going to go on a crash smoothie diet, which you shouldn't do crash diets. Do it the right way. But what I'm saying is, you be willing to put in the work to get the results. So I'm saying that happy, joy, the eagerness fuels the action. I don't know if this knife is dull. You know what, y'all? I'm always looking for some good knives. So your happiness fuels your actions, your day-to-day actions, your ability to accomplish things. When you wake up kind of that euphoric, I'm happy to start my day, I pray, whatever you do personally to jumpstart your day in a positive way, you you actually feel like you're moving a little bit faster. You feel like anything's possible. And when you think it, you believe it, you become it, and so it shall be. Okay, that knife was dull. I just bought those knives. I'm just have to break down, y'all, and go see what the holy grail of knives, where they are, and purchase them. I'm trying to cut my finger, but it matters. Your happiness matters, and being able to say, you know what, this doesn't serve me. But me, I always say, me first, how am I feeling? And then my children, and being able to just stay uplifted, y'all. Uplifted, and being able to check my needs in real time too. Because this is not a once a year, wait to New Year. You know what? I wasn't gonna cut the red onions, was I? Let me see. I may make like y'all, we may be mixing some stuff up today. We're going to see how we end up doing. But what I'm saying is that you have to be able to assess in real time. Don't wait to New Year's as a New Year's resolution to now assess your needs and to create a routine or a plan to achieve it. Don't wait to New Year. Me, if I wake up, no, in an hour from now, if I say, you know what, I'm going vegan. I can be vegan. You don't have to wait to January 1st. You don't have to do that. Any day that you wake up and say, this is what I'm doing because it betters me, I want to be that better me now, not later. So don't delay happiness. Do not delay what you're wanting. That's that pushing your needs to the side. Now, I'm not saying be irresponsible and me first. Don't think that level. I'm thinking high. Think high. Like, you know what? I want the best version of me. I want to be energetic. I want to be happy, healthy, and whole so that I can live to experience this with my children, so that we can get outdoors more. We want to walk. That type of things, I'm not talking about purchasing, not material, y'all. Material things, the kids don't really remember the shoes per se. They remember the buying, but it's not the shoe itself, unless it's related to some significant life event. But the mom that worked and got them the shoes that they wanted, but they didn't even ask for, now that is something different because she's being intentional. You know what? Making a way out of no way. So it's not the shoes, it's the effort. So never think the value is in the shoes, mom, it's in you. It's in your intention, in your effort. Trust me, kids see it. Pup, don't fall. My dog is almost falling down the stairs. It's in you. Okay, so we have our chicken and I've diced up my onions. I'm gonna give my hands a quick wash and I'm gonna go ahead and get our pans. But the value is in you and not in the things that you buy. And I've learned, honestly, I've always known that as a mother, like, because my value wasn't in material things. My value was in me. I feel like my motherly value, I was always like in the ability to see them smile, the ability to hear their wows and oohs and ahs. I'm totally driven by that with my kids. Remember, I told you I want to be intentionally creating their memories. I'm in control of their memories. Like, I love it. And I want them to have the best shot that they can, just at life. Naturally, I think us mothers should want, our children to have more than we had, right? A better experience than we had. The experiences that we've learned, we should give back. It should always be about teaching. When you're a mother, you're really a teacher. And you can say, well, some people are introverts. I think it's a motherly instinct to want. You should want your child to have what's best. You should want them to be happy, healthy, and whole as well. And I do believe that there are certain situations where that ability isn't inhibited a little bit, but you have to be able to recognize that it's inhibited and you got to be able to get the help you need to develop your being, you being the person you need to be for them. So one second, y'all, I'm gonna get the pot out. Let's see. And this is a lot of chicken. I want to do baked chicken. I want some baked chicken so bad, y'all. Baked barbecue chicken is what I mean. Sorry if it's loud. It's loud, but y'all, we live. This real life motherhood, okay? And I'm trying to hurry before they get home because I love for them to come in and smell the food cooking on the stove. But this working so good. What's next? Okay. I'm gonna put foil inside the bottom. I never like to bake in my Pyrex dishes. They're hard to clean to me. So I like to line them in foil. And I have this really neat, it holds the foil and it also kind of gives you a clean cut on it. And voila. But y'all, it's about making life easier for yourself and about sticking to the mission. The mission of your life, and everybody's mission is different. Everyone's situation is different. So I'm never here to say that Tan's way is the right way. That is never my message ever. My message is always to be encouraged, find your motivation, be able to really assess what you're feeling, what your needs are. Putting you first is absolutely critical to your well-being and your ability to mother. You have to be able to read yourself, trust yourself. You have to be able to trust yourself, believe in yourself. Okay, so we're gonna bring our chicken back in the picture. And y'all, I've been cooking drumsticks a lot because they are so affordable. And I don't know the price. Y'all know the price of stuff going up. So these chicken legs, I'll bake them, fry them, grill them. Hey, baby, you can cut them off the bone. But again, a mom trying to save some money too. And that I'm teaching the kids too. Honestly, and food in the house is so much better than food outside. And I say that just because some things just become so predictable. You're like, I'm just craving something new. So just being intentional about trying to have dinner for them. At least if it's not all the way done, it's in the works and they're going to smell it. And I already know that they're going to be like, Mom, thank you so much. They're going to love it. So I'm excited. And I do have another pan. Oh, y'all, I have 3 pieces left and I can't fit them in here. Oh, you know what? I have an aluminum pan. I'm going to go take a look, actually. Let me take a look. So 1 second, y'all. Hold on. I'll be right back. Remember, this is live because this is real life. So hold on, y'all. Y'all stick in there with me. I'm sure you can hear me. Let's see if I have an aluminum pan. And I don't. I just barbecued, so I probably used my last one, which I did. So, moms, you know what we do. We just keep it moving. And y'all, I'm telling you, moms, if you are cooking or just beginning to like, hey, I don't really cook, it ain't really for me. I'm telling you, if you just season well, and I'm not talking about salt, just salt. You kind of got to mix some different herbs and stuff in the seasoning to really get a good flavor. But you add you some onion and bell pepper. I'm old school. When in doubt and don't know what to do to bring out the flavor, add you some onion and bell pepper, okay? Season it, make sure you clean the chicken or whatever meat you're cooking. Clean it first and season it well. Remember to add some herbs, spices, and different, dimensions of seasoning. My kids like a little spice, so I'll definitely spice it up for them. And they love those kind of home hearty cooked meals, things with gravy and things like that. Honestly, I've opened up their palate a lot over the years. I'll say the last 2 years, they're open to food, more varieties of food. And I love that for them, and I love that for me because I get to continue to try new foods, new restaurants. I love it. So, dang, I really hate to do that other pan for 3. So I'm gonna just split it. I'll do some in like gravy, and I'll do some in barbecue. Say, look at that. So it was meant for me not to have one large pan so I can get a little bit more variety. And moms too, we got to think on the fly. So not everything is 100% planned out. You have to know how to roll with the punches. Come on, you knock down, you got to know how to get back up. So I totally took out the wrong chicken. I meant to do chicken breast, but here I am with chicken drums, and I'm going to make it do what it do. And the kids are going to be so happy and never even know that this wasn't the meal plan. No, they're gonna Tiana's gonna be like, Mom, I wanted the Alfredo, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make my promise to make it tomorrow because I have the chicken breast unthawing, and I'll go ahead and season it tonight. So she'll definitely get it. So this is where I like to add a little bit more seasoning, and you can use chicken broth or water, either one, because it's gonna kind of make its own broth. But I may have to make a run to the pantry again to see if I have chicken stock. If not, I'm going with the water. But I'm gonna wash my hands first. Just because I'm cutting up onions and dealing with the food. I don't like to kind of walk around and open doors and not wash my hands. So let's go check the pantry. I'll be right back. Remember, this is live, so we stick it in there together, and the message is the message. 1 second. And y'all can hear me, I'm sure. Mission, let's see. Do I have chicken broth? No chicken broth? Okay. There's no chicken broth. So again, I'm plan B. We add water. So add your water, and that's totally fine because remember the chicken is going to boil and you're going to get a natural broth anyway. So that's fine. So I'm going to get my water, some water. And when it comes to like water or the chicken stock, on the chicken, I like to make sure that the chicken is covered at least halfway. So that way you're kind of getting a baked and boiled so it's kind of fall off the bone. So I definitely make sure that it's at least halfway up the sides of the chicken, at least. And that wasn't enough, so I'm going to add a little bit more. And I'm going to give y'all a closer look, so hang in there with me. And honestly, y'all, if y'all been following like my vlogs, at least my shorts on the vlogs, I've been talking about that I was doing pescatarian. So I was only doing, and I do go in with a little bit more. Let me let you see. Let's give y'all a look. Come on, y'all in the kitchen with Tan today, and we having some MOMversation. So at least halfway, I'm kind of tilting it, but I'll give y'all a better look. So at least halfway. There we go. So after that, I do go in with additional seasoning because remember, this is going to be your broth as well. So let's go ahead and season the water basically a little bit more. Because remember, if you had chicken stock or broth, it would have been seasoned and it would have had a nice extra flavor to it. So you do want to go back in and season it well. Season even your added water. But if it was chicken stock, I would have just probably added a little bit more, probably pepper. I'm such a peppery. I like to season the onions that I added. Make sure they have seasoning. But being able to, like I said today, if you watch my short, like we women, we're way makers. What does that mean? Like, you're able to make a way out of no way. You're able to look in that refrigerator, in that pantry, in that cabinet and say, what can I make, and pull together for my children, because you're going to do that for them. You're going to do what you need to do. You're going to do what people may even think is the impossible. I did it. I'm telling you, like, and it's not that, okay, and that's a kind of backstory. I mean, I was always the honor roll student in school. I was best dressed, homecoming, you name it. I was always a social light. And I just love people. I love that good energy. And I'm a Cancer woman too. So I'm a good friend. I'm a good just person to know. And I know that. And people will say, oh, something about conceited when people say that. No, you have to really know your value. And I know my value as a mother, and I know my value as a friend. I know my value as a wife. So as a woman, what you have to give to this world, you have to know your value is very important. So we've added our onions, and I'm going to go in with a few more actually. And I'm going to show you what it looks like seasoned, my level of seasoning. Some people will add butter. I don't add butter to this, the meat at all. So here we are. Onions, scallions, and like I said, I didn't have the bell pepper, which normally I would add bell pepper, but to me, if you got the onions, you got what you need. So I wasn't gonna go to the store and everything. Oh, what was that? Y'all know I don't ever be on, well, it's gonna be a lot more now though. And okay, so this is a pre-seasoned flour mix. And I do have the box. I'm gonna definitely show y'all too, just to make sure. I'm gonna put y'all on. I love to fry chicken in this, you name it, I love it in this right here. And also when I'm making a gravy from scratch, I love to use the pre-seasoned flour. Some people use cornstarch, some people just use regular white flour. So it's up to you. And when I'm baking, I do like to add a little bit of flour to make the gravy a little bit thicker. And it's not a lot, I'm just adding a little bit. So sometimes I totally like wait till it's done and then I'll pour off the broth, the natural broth that it makes. Sometimes I do that. And I'm just kind of sprinkling it inside of the broth. And like I said, not a lot. I can adjust what I need, a little bit more, a little less after it's done cooking. But what I am going to do is kind of mix it a little bit. I'm going to give it a little stir in there. Yes, Lord. And this is ready to go inside of the oven. So I'm going to cover this one with another layer of aluminum foil. You want it to, of course, steam and get nice and hot. And that broth starts to boil. And now that chicken is going to fall off the bone by the time it gets out. So I'm going to do one that's chicken and, gravy in it. And then I'll do the other in barbecue. And if you have to get the foil kind of lined right up into the groove for it to give you a clean cut. So sometimes it takes me a minute and then voila, like that. I love that thing, y'all. I love like little kitchen gadgets. So we're going to put the foil over this one. And I'll just move it to the side. I'm going to move this one to the side. I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven. And you already know what number on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, 450. Everything 450, 350. But this one's going for 400. It's chicken legs. It's dark meat. I don't want to cook it too fast. So I'm going to do 400. Start that. And I know y'all can hear me. So hold on in there. We on live. So real life. I'm gonna go up to 400. I said 400, and voila. So we have that one in, and now I'm gonna get another Pyrex dish for Taz. Are you eating something? Another dish for the barbecue chicken. There we go. And y'all, I'm so excited to eat this. We're going to do broccoli. And you know what I'm doing? I'm going to do the Red Lobster cheddar biscuits too. So we're going to have the baked chicken. We're going to do the rice, steamed rice and gravy, broccoli, and cheddar biscuits. So we eat good tonight, okay? We're gonna get the itis and we're home. So we're gonna do our bath, our homework, find us a good movie, and we're gonna eat good. That to me is a good mom night. So at this point in my life and where I am, that's a good night for me. And then I'll work on some editing late night if I can. Otherwise, I'll get up early morning. But it's gonna get done, and that's the beauty of motherhood too. It's like, remember, you're in control. Putting pressure tonight gotta be done. No, you don't have to do it tonight. You can sacrifice a little bit earlier in the morning if you really say that, you know what, tonight it's not in me, I'm not motivated enough. So it's just about getting it done, getting back to it. It's when you're not motivated and you don't get it done or come back to it, now that's where a problem lies, because you're not moving things forward that you need to. So I'm really big about coming back to it. And I teach my children about that a lot too. And that's why I always say, just do first things first instead of being like you have to come back to it later. Just get it, knock it out the way. So I'm teaching them that way. But on a mom tip, we know we just got to come back to that laundry, come back to those dishes, come back to this, you know? It's just about getting back to it. Getting back to it. I think it's gonna be barbecue. Honestly, I almost started to get on the grill today, y'all. Y'all know I'm a grilling mom too. I'm from Atlanta and I love me some barbecue and some cookout. I'm just a social butterfly too. But here we are. So this one's going to be my barbecue chicken that's going to be baked in the oven. It's already seasoned, but I'm not going to add the same amount. So I do it two ways. One way, you can still fill it at least halfway up the side with water. And then when it's done, you can pour off and add to your, like I probably would add it to my other chicken, the broth. And then I would just go back in with my barbecue sauce. And actually talking through it, that's what I'm going to do. Instead of baking it dry, you have to have something that kind of boils it and makes it a little tender. So definitely going with your water or your chicken broth. And then remember, go back and season. And I am going to add onions to this as well. So same thing. Thank me later if you're not just like a cooking person, you know, and you're on the journey of wanting to cook more in the house, you know. Remember, you can do anything you set your mind to. You don't have to wait until January 1st to do it. Remember, you're not waiting for New Year. If the next second you said, hey, I'm gonna be cooking in the house, that's what you can do. If you can just get up and make it happen, just do it. Actually, like Nike, just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Okay, so we seasoned that, and I have some onions left over, but I really want some more onions. But do I want to go and peel another onion? Probably not. I think this will be enough because it's not a lot of chicken anyway. And actually, I'm gonna pull it up a little bit so y'all can see a little bit more. Here we go. So I'm just adding my onions, and I like to make sure that they get inside of the broth as well, so it can be like boiling onions. So you're still going to get a very good flavor. It's going to develop the flavor that you're working with in the broth and the seasoning. So I definitely put my onions inside of the broth, inside of the water. And then I love to lay them on top too. So I'm an onion person. So again, thank me later. Onion and bell pepper, if nothing else. And these are going to be the barbecue ones. I'll just take them off because I do want them to hit like the broiler to really caramelize the barbecue sauce when it's time. Some people do add their barbecue sauce at this stage. I'm just not one of the moms that do that. I prefer to make sure my meat is really just done. Then I'll kind of take a look and then add the barbecue sauce at the end because I love for it to caramelize too. But it's up to you. There's no right or wrong. Remember, do you? As a mom, that's the beauty. We're all different. We're all different, but you know how like you'll walk a journey, right? Well, say a path. You may walk the same path as a woman next to you, but what you're focusing on and what you're thinking about while you're in the moment is what makes the journey different. The path is the same, but the journey itself is different. And that's the same with motherhood. One second, y'all. I need a sip of my water. And then that soap has my hands really dry. Our journey is the same. The path is the same, but the journey is different. What do I mean? We're going to be pregnant for, they say 9 months. We know it's 10 months. and we're going to give birth, and then we have a life that we're responsible for. Just like the woman in the next labor delivery room, she has now a life that she's responsible for. So the path, is the same. We're walking down, but everybody's journey is different. So the message too is the same, but the journey of accomplishing and getting that message, done it's going to be different. How I had to reach whatever I consider it's success, right? Everybody's success is different. It was different for me to get there and to continue to get there and go there, versus someone else. So that's why you can't compare the journey. You just look at the path and say, you know what, they did it too. Is this someone that's helping, that can offer some type of insight because they're actually doing and living and being what I aspire to be, I need to be? Maybe they have something that they can give advice. And I'm very big on that. Like, there is a sisterhood and motherhood. Come on, we're walking the same path. Okay, y'all. So this one, I'm gonna place it to the side as well. Remember, the oven's preheated. Or it should have been. 1 second, y'all. We're on live, so hang in tight with me. Remember, real life is live. There's no editing. 1 second. Hey, baby girl. Hello. How was your day? It was fine. But, kids at this school are really turning into thieves. Oh, someone stole something from you?
No, I gave Jalen the...
So you're okay?
Yeah.
You're okay otherwise?
Yeah.
And if something is stolen at the school, you have to remember to tell your friends to make sure they tell an adult. Yeah. So went ahead and put the oven's preheating. I actually didn't turn it on. So again, real life mom stuff, because the oven should have probably been already ready. But our chicken is ready. We're just gonna keep it moving. Chicken's already seasoned, and I have it ready to go in the oven. And I'll do my rice next because it's one of those multi-step things that I have to wash and wash and wash. Cooking steamed rice, my shoulders with the washing the rice, but you really should to get a really nice steamed rice. And I have my rice bowl, and this is just where I can measure it out, but I go over to the sink. It makes it really easy for me to rinse it without the rice falling into the sink. And y'all, if you cook rice and you prepare it like that, you know that you're always trying to make sure that you don't spill all the rice. And then we'll definitely have leftovers, so I'll probably put 3 cups of rice, which the kids love rice, so I'll just do 3 cups. So I'll make rice, but not too much, because that way it forces me tomorrow. I can have leftover protein, but I can always come up with some sides. So I'm just not going to cook too large on the rice. All right, so I'm going to rinse it. So give me a second. Y'all know, bear with me. We're live. Let me see. I may just take y'all with me. Right? We're doing it. We're going there. So let's go ahead and rinse the rice. But cooking dinner, and this is a fruit house, so honestly, all of my money go on fruit. That's why mom pet peeve, when I see mold on fruit that I didn't notice before I purchased it, or fruit going bad, just find the balance. Okay. So again, I rinse the rice, and sometimes I'll go ahead and pour it back into a pot. I'm going to pour it into a pot and make sure the water is really clear. I want to be able to see the rice. I don't want like a milky, filmy look to it at all. And you know what? Matter of fact, y'all, I'm going to pause for just a second, finish up the rice, and then I'm coming back on live. So stay tuned for part 2, because again, we still have some conversation to have. So stay tuned, y'all. Bye.